What's up, guys? Today I got a 5th gen UU battle against this guy named Nick. I think that's what his name is. I could be wrong, but okay, it's Nick. Anyway, this is a UU battle, like I said. He's leading off with a Milotic, predicting me to lead off with my Donphan, and I was perfectly okay with that. You'll see in a second here what I mean. He goes for Scald, trying to get the burn first turn on Donphan. He thinks this is a standard lead Donphan, but he's wrong. This is my Choice Banded Max Attack Adamant Nature Donphan, and I have Seed Bomb on here. So I go for that, and it doesn't 1-hit KO the Milotic. It lives with 12 HP, and I did get Absolute Maximum, because my friend calced it, and maximum damage does 99%, so I didn't even have a chance of killing this thing. So I'm going to save that for my Donphan for later, because it can be useful, because Stealth Rocks aren't up, and it does have priority, so I go to Empoleon to take whatever he wants to go for, the Scald again, or the Ice Beam. He does go for the Ice Beam, and it really does like nothing. Now, it's too early to over-predict. I know a Hydro Pump would have taken him out at that HP, but I didn't want to miss Hydro Pump, and he does switch into his Raikou. Now, you guys know I like to play with my opponents and test them out early on. Now, he went for Shadow Ball predicting the switch, and that obvious, switch was obvious. But I wanted to see what he would do, and I do figure out that he predicts a little bit, so I know he's a semi-skilled player. So he goes into his Kingdra, and he goes for Yawn. I didn't even know these things could learn Yawn, so I just go for Ice Beam because that's really my most powerful move to hit this thing with. And I do get the freeze, but I don't feel bad because this Kingdra, if he set up some Dragon Dances, he could have swept my team because I do not have a lot to take this thing. So I just take it out with another Ice Beam. I could have switched out and saved Empoleon for later, but I really didn't think it'd be too much help to me, but to be honest, it could have helped me out later in the match. So he gets up a free substitute as I'm still sleeping. So this is not looking too good for me because I figured this is the sub Roost set. It's got like Substitute, Roost, Fire Blast, and Air Slash. He does go for the Fire Blast like I thought he would have. That's just going to take out Empoleon one hit, no problem. Now, he's looking pretty strong right about now. He's practically at full HP with the sub and with extremely powerful moves. So I go into my Special Wall Mandibuzz, and he actually has Toxic. Now, that was a huge throw off for me because that means he doesn't have Roost, so I know I need to get up my Stealth Rocks really quickly so that thing cannot switch in too many times. I just go for the Whirlwind, thinking he'd go for like Fire Blast or Air Slash, but in this situation I'm predicting the Stone Edge, so I go into my UC to take that, but he makes the good play and goes for Stealth Rocks. Now he's going to switch, predicting my Stealth Rocks, and that's what happens. He brings those Moltres right before Stealth Rocks, come out, so he doesn't take Stealth Rock damage. Now, I know he's probably going to want to go for Substitute this turn. I do have Thunder Wave, and I so wanted to use it, but I didn't because I knew he'd go for Substitute. So I set up my Light Screen, basically meaning this thing cannot hurt my entire team. And I do have a Light Clay, so that'll stay on for 8 turns, and he does miss his Air Slash there, but with the Light Screen up, that would have done like 20 damage to me, honestly. And I set up my Reflect, so this UC has 0 attacking moves, it's just straight utility. It's got Stealth Rocks, Dual Screens, and Thunder Wave. So I go into my Mandibuzz knowing I can take whatever this thing has, and look how little this Fire Blast does to me. That was it. That's like 2 turns of leftovers recovery for me. With the Light Screen up and the Reflect up, Mandibuzz is a perfect wall with its massive HP stat, and it has really good defenses too, so he goes for Air Slash. And 169 lol, it really didn't do anything. I just go for the Whirlwind because that was my best option, and I Whirlwind him into his Izelf, and I don't even know why this thing is UU, to be honest. Like, what's holding this thing back in this generation? I don't know. Now, he does reveal that he is a physical set, and he goes for the Ice Punch, so that's good to know. This thing did become a little less of a threat to my team right now. So I go into Miltank, and I make a really, really stupid move right here. I go for Return. He obviously predicted that. I don't really know. And he goes into his Rhydon, and I do go for Return. I don't know what I was thinking there. But oh well. I think I just go for Toxic this turn. I switch out predicting his Toxic, and I don't want my Miltank Toxic just yet. So I go into my Donphan as death fodder because Stealth Rocks are up now, and Donphan is not any use to me anymore. He actually goes for Dragon Tail, so this is kind of like a phasing thing, a phaser Rhydon. So I'm going to go into my Gallade. Now, I just go for close combat because it is a safe move, because I think with Stealth Rock damage, it's going to be a 2-hit KO on Moltres either way. So he's going to like basically have to sacrifice something, and he just sacrifices his Milotic. Now, I think that close combat would have been a 2-hit KO on every one of his Pokemon, even his Azelf, so he goes into his Moltres this turn, and I should have stayed in and went for close combat, but I wasn't sure if it was going to KO with that range, and if it didn't KO with that range, I would have lost my Gallade, and I really don't want to lose him just yet. So I go into my Uxie just to basically set up the dual screens again and take hits very well, but Uxie does not take that Fire Blast really well at all. My Reflect wears off that turn, so that is not good, and this guy doesn't even miss a single Fire Blast in this battle. So I live with 6 HP, I get up my light screen, and that's going to help me take this Moltres down, because it is a big threat to my team. Basically, because Empoleon went down so early, I don't really have anything to take its hits too well. I mean, Empoleon really would have liked to take a Fire Blast, but I know it could have lived one if it was at higher HP. So I go into my Gallade now. I'm just going to go for the Psycho Cut. If he wants to switch out, that's fine by me. But because of Stealth Rock damage, he's not going to be able to like switch out. So I go for the Psycho Cut, and it lives with a minuscule amount of HP, gets off an Air Slash, and that really sucks because now I'm at like a below half HP, and I'm not going to be able to take too many more Stealth Rock hits. So I just go for a second one, and that's going to take out his Moltres, and that Moltres did way too much damage to my team. He goes into his Rhydon knowing that's his physical wall, and he has Eviolite, so he can take hits like a monster. Now, it's 2-2 right now. I have Miltank and Gallade. He has Rhydon and Zelf left. So, it's basically like 2 physical walls and like 2 physical attackers left, so it's kind of weird. Now, he's going to switch, and I'm just going to go for the Toxic. He goes into his Azelf because it's his final Pokemon. Now, basically because this is a physical Azelf, I know I could wall this thing to shit. He goes for Zen Headbutt here, and something really unfortunate happens to me, and it's actually going to cost me the match. I was going to go for a Milk Drink this turn, and I could have stalled this Azelf out, and he gets a flinch there. Now, that means I can't live another one of these. I try to go for Protect just to maybe live another one with the leftover support, but I'm sadly not able to. I really would have liked to get up that Milk Drink, and then I could have protected, Milk Drink protected, and then this Azelf would have died, and then I would have been at a really good amount of HP to take on his Rhydon, because I could have Toxic that, and then even if he wanted to Earthquake me, I know I can take those really well, and I could have Milk Drinked up. And he does get a crit there, so I might have lived another one. I think I could have lived that one, but oh well. I go into Gallade, and I'm just going to close combat this thing to death. And that means his final Pokemon is Rhydon, and because he's so physically bulky and with the Eviolite, he's actually going to be able to live a close combat and take me out with the Earthquake. So that was a good game, Nick. I really would have liked to see how this would have went without that crit and the flinch, but oh well. Doesn't matter. I go for close combat. Doesn't do as much as I thought it was actually going to do. But he's just going to take me out with an Earthquake. So anyway, give the video a like rating, please, if you liked it. Likes always help out, and they're always appreciated. Even dislikes are appreciated too. I don't mind. And leave a comment on the battle. Anything you want. So anyway, see you guys next time.